One of the things that parents ask a lot is, what is the difference between kind of normal young people growing up and becoming a young adult versus what's a problem? And I would say really what we get back to is we would expect some minor conflict, discussions, the idea that, who's really setting the rules, because that's part of growing up. You begin learning how to set your own rules for yourself. When it's a problem is really when we start seeing people not functioning in the roles they should be functioning in. And so if they're not functioning in the role of a student in a school and they're struggling academically, or they're not doing their work, or they're getting into problems, disciplinary problems at school, that should alert a parent that we've really now are in a position where this is beyond just normal adolescence. The same thing would be true with friends. If someone is having productive friendships, that's what we would expect. If all of a sudden their friendships are either absent or they're isolated or they're not really engaging with other people, that would be a problem. Or if the friends that they're picking out are ones that really aren't leading them to a productive next step in their life. So if they're picking friends that are involved in some type of disruptive behavior, those would be issues around social life we'd be concerned. And then of course in family, we're all part of a family, and that needs to be a productive interaction between the young people and parents. And one that maybe at times have minor discussions or conflicts, but really the core piece that they're bound together and that they're really working through a common goal. That's what we want to see. When you were at a point where it becomes more adversarial, more difficult, where their voices become raised or there's threats, now we're in a different ballpark and we have a problem. And that's something that really needs the attention to really solve that type of difficulty and conflict. One way to think about it is that we all have 3 jobs. And that is, as an adult, I have a job where I go to work. I also have one of my other jobs is really to be a member of a family and to add it to it in a positive way. And a third one is really to have a productive social life that helps me and other people grow. If you're a young person, really you have the same 3 things. You have school, where you're actually expected to do work and gain skills and learn. And then there's also with your friends and being involved in activities or social gatherings and learning how to do other things outside of a regular school environment. Then of course it's being part of your family. When those things become problematic, when you really can't accomplish or do those things, that's when we really become concerned, because it's really you're not able to kind of really function and take care of the business really a young person is supposed to. So some of the things that can interfere with that one would be depression. Depression is really kind of characterized by oftentimes feeling sad. It's a period of time where it's hard to enjoy pleasure. So when you feel like you're kind of going through the motions, or you're unable to kind of really have fun when you're with your friends, that's a very important sign to pay attention to. Other times there can be problems with your sleep, your appetite, your concentration, problems with energy level. And then of course, when you have thoughts about self-harm. And that form can be either self-harm to cause yourself pain, or in more severe cases where really severe thoughts about wanting to end your life. When you're having those types of experiences, that's so important to make sure you raise that concern to adults. Other problems that we oftentimes see are anxiety problems, where we see young people that have worries or they're obsessing about something in the future. A lot of times there's worries about perfectionism, where they're oftentimes under a lot of stress to perform well, do well in school, get good grades. And a lot of times that pressure can build, cause people to worry, be concerned, feel that they're not good enough, and then struggle with really kind of feeling capable about what they can accomplish, but also how valuable they are. And that feeling of not feeling valued or feeling like somehow you're a burden to others is something also to pay attention to. We can also see young people that have problems with really kind of fulfilling academic skills. And so it's hard for them to pay attention, hard for them to concentrate or keep things in memory, to be organized in what they're trying to do. And so those are, again, problems that are very common, but also all very treatable.